we were actually best friends. We were in 7th and 8th grade. We went to Country Christian together. And we were super good friends. Like, people actually thought we dated because we were such good friends. But no, we were just friends. And then I moved away to a different school for 4 years, and then so I never was in contact with her. And then I don't know, I just saw pictures on Instagram, and I was like, dang, I want to message her again. And so I met Snapchatted her, and then we went out to Voodoo Donuts. I took her to Voodoo Donuts, and it was kind of awkward. It was very awkward. And I dropped her off at home, and from that day on, I kept asking her to go on a date. And actually, it's embarrassing, but I got friend zoned when we first started. When I first asked her on a date, I asked her to a Blazer game, and she said, I think we should be better friends. But she keeps telling me that she told her mom that she was like crying that she denied me. So she kept asking me to hang out, and I was just so like, I guess. And finally went to a haunted house, and then she messaged me that night saying, okay, let's go on that date. Let's go to the Blazer game. So we went on a date, and from then on out, we've been together for 2 years now. It's exciting. I love her. until my last day I'll be loving you. Perfect.
What's it say?
I promise to love you even when you're old and still playing video games. That's perfect.
So we were going on a family trip in October to Disneyland, and they all told me my grandma probably couldn't come back to Disneyland as a family, and so we were getting tons of pictures at the castle the second day of the trip, and while I was hugging my grandma, he was right behind me, and when I turned, I was like, "What are you doing?" And he had a ring and asked me to be his wife.
I'm so excited. I haven't seen her all day since last night, and it's pretty exciting. She's gonna look beautiful, and I'm probably gonna cry. I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna cry.
He's just so kind, respectful. Like, you don't find much guys like that anymore. He's very caring, like not just towards me, to anyone he meets, even if it's someone on the street. He just always wants to just take people in and care for them, and that's what I love most about him, is his caring heart.
I'm excited to, drink a little, dance a little, just have a good time with my family and friends. And I'm gonna be my wife.
I just love him so much, and I can't wait to see him in a few minutes walking down the aisle, and to call him my husband forever and always.
Probably tell her that I love her. Now I can't wait to see where the future goes with us, because I know there's gonna be great things. It's gonna be exciting. We're gonna go good places. So.
Forever could never be long enough for me to
feel like I've had long enough with you. Forget the world now, we won't let them see. But there's one thing left to do. Now that the weight has lifted, love has surely shifted my way. Marry me today and every day. Marry me if I ever get the nerve to say hello in this cafe. Say you will. Say you will. Together could never be close enough for me to feel like I am close enough to you. You wear white and I wear out the words I love you. We set out at the first light. We lit up with the sunrise. Gets my heartbeat running wild. And I'd choose you in 100 lifetimes. I'd choose you in 100 worlds. I'd find you, and I'd say I do for the rest of my life. With all that I have, I do, and I will. When the sky is falling, I promise you I'm all in. No turning back. And every day, every moment, every breath you take, I choose you.
There we go. We knew we'd get there. I don't know what to say. Unbelievable. You look amazing. This is just the perfect day. On behalf of Jourdan and Ashley, they'd like to thank all of you guys for being here. There's family and coworkers and friends, and obviously if you got the invite, you've been a part of their lives, and so they would like to thank you for sharing in this day and making it special, their special day. Ashley's been waiting for this day a long time, and today's the day. We good, Tammy? We're good. Mom's okay, so we're moving ahead. So way back when God was creating everything, he pretty much created everything we see. And at the end of that, he created man in order to have fellowship and a companion and somebody to, I guess by today's terms, hang out with. And so he created man, and he did a pretty good job. He created man in his own image, but I think that he designed man to need a companion. So I think he went back to the drawing board and he created woman. And he did a better job the second time around. At least that's my opinion. But he created us with the desire to find a life mate and come together and choose the person that we spend the rest of our lives with. And the interesting thing, or the very unique thing about choosing a mate, is that your mate is the only relative that you have that you get to choose. You don't get to choose your parents, probably a good thing. Parents don't get to choose their kids. You don't get to choose your grandparents. You don't get to choose your aunts and uncles. You kind of get what you get. But the Lord put us down here in search of our life mate. And I think that both of you two, I've known you two for a while, did a very, very good job of finding somebody that's compatible. And so we're all here today to see this happen and to watch you two come together. I met Jourdan years ago. I knew him as a kid when he was in grade school, and I think he went away for a little while, and he came back, and it was, and this is going to be a fairly lengthy story, so bear with me, but the end of this, it will all make sense. Jourdan came back to Country Christian in the 8th grade, and about 6 or 8 days prior to him coming back, I was given the task of putting together a 7th and 8th grade football program, which they'd never had before. So I was scrambling trying to get kids together, and I happened to be in the office on the day that, I don't know if it was Jourdan or if your mom was there, somebody was there, and they were talking about coming back, and I talked to the principal and said, he's got to come back. I got to get that kid on the football team. Then come to find out, Jourdan didn't want to play football. He'd had an experience that wasn't real favorable, and I don't know how long that was. And so I went to Jourdan and I said, look, here's the deal. I need 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. I want you to come out and you're going to play. And if you don't like it at the end of 2 weeks, you can quit. And I'm not going to call you a quitter. Basically, I'm going to look at myself and say that I failed to keep this kid interested. Well, after about a week, Jourdan was pretty hooked. So we go through some practices, and Jourdan's smiling, and I can tell when the helmet goes on, he's not the sweet little Jordy that he is when the helmet's not on. And so we go into our first game, and I go to midfield and meet the other coach, introduce myself, and this guy, he's a mountain of a man. This guy is 350 pounds and probably 6'7". And I walked up and I introduced myself, and I said, hey, I'm Chris, blah, blah, blah. How do you guys look? And because I'm about 5'7", he looked down on me and he says, well, we're the undefeated league champions from last year, and I only lost 2 or 3 players. How do you look? And I said, well, I've got 16 kids. 4 of them have played football before, so this is going to be interesting. And he kind of chuckled, gave me a very condescending laugh, and turned around and walked away. So I had a pretty good idea of what was coming. He had no idea of what was coming. So I walked back over to the bench, and Jourdan's over there with the team there, everybody's warming up, and I try to convey to them that this guy on the other side of the field doesn't believe they belong on the same field with his players, and blah, 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 and we try to get them all fired up. So fast forward to the 4th quarter, there's about 2 minutes to go in the ball game. The other team is driving down, and they get the ball first and goal. Keeping in mind, they are down 48-0. And I had put some of our reserve players on the field. And there was just something inside of me that said, I do not want that team to score. So I looked at Jourdan and Stubbs, said, hey, you guys get back in there. Keep them out of the end zone. You got 4 downs to do it. So Jourdan runs, the boys put their helmets on, they run back out on the field, and they buckle down. And Jourdan's in the backfield, 2 out of the 4 plays, causing havoc, knocking guys down, pushes them backwards, and they failed to score. And here's the point of this whole story. Jourdan comes running off the field. They went 4 and out, didn't score. Jourdan comes running off the field, unsnaps his helmet, tips his helmet up at me as he comes off and goes, how'd I do, coach? That how'd I do, coach, is Jourdan Melton to a T. Actually, he's going to come home at the end of a long day, and he's going to look at you and go, how'd I do, babe? How'd I do? 4 years later, so at the end of that year, we lost touch with Jourdan. He ended up transferring and went somewhere else, and I found out the night before the 4A state championship game that that kid that I had to talk into playing football 4 years earlier was now starting on both the offensive and the defensive line at Gladstone going into the 4A championship game. And I sent him a text, told him to leave it all out there on the field, and I guarantee you that he did. And I got a text back the next day that said, we did it. So Jourdan has a reserved championship ring that exemplifies his heart as a champion. He's a fighter. Now Ashley, on the other hand, don't get too cocky with your rings. Because Ashley has more rings than Jourdan does. Ashley has 2 state championship rings? 3. Okay, so who's counting? See, we weren't gonna count. Ashley was part of a group of girls that came up through Country Christian School that changed the dynamics of that athletic program. There was a group of girls that prior to them getting there, that program was fairly successful, and they were usually there in the end, but they had some up and down years. You won a volleyball state championship, 2 volleyball state championships, and 1 basketball state championship. That program has been in the state championship the last 4 years in volleyball and the last 4 years in basketball, winning all 4 volleyball titles and 2 basketball titles. So Ashley was part of another championship program that took things definitely to the next level. So these 2 are in good company. They definitely know what it takes to come out on top, to win, to fight through, and there's no doubt in my mind that I think these 2 are going to make it. So, okay, we're to the vows part. Do you have your vows? There we go. All right.
Jourdan Preston Melton. Because of you, I smile. I laugh, and I do things I would never imagine of doing. I am so grateful for all of our adventures in life together. From 8th grade being best friends to where we are now. Everything was placed in our life at the right moment for us to meet again. You are and always will be the love of my life. I remember the day in junior high, the song I by Cody Simpson reminded you of me. And every time I heard that song, it made me think of you. I never thought I would find someone who could eat ice cream faster than me on a hot summer day, who loves working on cars, going on adventures, and singing as loud as we can. You are my person, my soulmate, my best friend, and my love. I will forever remember the day you told me you knew I was the one, and told your friend I will marry that girl one day. I vow to love you through whatever life throws at us, respect you, support you, to always update my vows because we will keep growing throughout our life together. I vow to still let you play video games with all your buddies, even though I don't understand how you guys sit there for hours. I vow to fall in love with you more and more every day, to grow strong with you so the bad days won't be so bad, to always love you even when you are an old, wrinkled grump. I love you with all my heart, forever and always. Jourdan Preston Melton. I vow to love you until my last day.
I, Jourdan, take you, Ashley, to be my wife. You alone have been the best thing to ever happen to me. From the moment I sent that Snapchat about hanging out again, I knew you'd be the one. I read this quote once, and writing this made me think of it. The quote is, "Successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person." Every time I see you, whether it's on a date, at home relaxing, or 5:30 in the morning at our worst times, I will continue to fall in love with you forever. There are too many qualities that come to mind, but some of the best are that you are extremely determined. I have never met anyone that works harder to achieve their goals than you. Another is you are tremendously loving. I knew from the first time you said you loved me that it was wholehearted and genuine. Lastly, you are very adventurous. You keep me on my toes with your happy-go-lucky attitude. I can't promise that dark clouds won't hover over our lives or that life will be easy, but I can promise you that I will stand by your side through the rough times. I can promise that I will be your protector, your advisor, your friend, and most of all, your family. I promise with our love, we will make it through anything. And like we've always said from the beginning, I will love you forever and always through thick and thin.
That was pretty good for last minute. All right, do we have rings? You guys want to get your rings? All right, Ashley, we'll do you first. Jordan, with this ring,
Jourdan, with this ring,
I pledge you my love.
I pledge you my love.
I promise to be faithful,
I promise to be faithful,
loving, caring, and respectful,
loving, caring, and respectful,
and to walk by your side
and to walk by your side
through victories and happiness,
through victories and happiness,
through challenges and setbacks,
through challenges and setbacks,
and to find all the things that you cannot find
and to find all the things you cannot find,
as long as we're both are alive.
as long as we are both alive.
I promise to work with you
I promise to work with you
to make this relationship
to make this relationship
one of success and happiness,
one of success and happiness,
and to keep things fun
and to keep things fun
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
All right, put his ring on. All right, Jordan, you ready? We're going to start out slow.
Alright.
Ashley,
Ashley,
with this ring,
with this ring,
I pledge you my love.
I pledge you my love.
I promise to be faithful,
I promise to be faithful,
loving, caring, and supportive,
loving, caring, and supportive,
and to walk by your side
and to walk by your side
through victories and happiness,
through victories and happiness,
through challenges and setbacks,
through challenges and setbacks,
as long as we are both alive.
as long as we are both alive.
I promise to work with you
I promise to work with you
to make this relationship
to make this relationship
one of success and happiness,
one of success and happiness,
and to keep things fun
and to keep things fun
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
All right, you can put the ring on her. That's awesome. Well, we're at that point. By the power granted to me by the state of Oregon and some online site out of Minnesota, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Jordan, I think you've been waiting for this part. You may kiss your bride. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute privilege and honor to present to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Jourdan Melton.
I feel like new sunglasses, like a brand new pair of jeans. I feel like taking chances. I feel a lot like 17. I feel like windows roll down new city streets and cabs. I feel like anything can happen, laughing. You take me right back when we were kids. Never thought I'd feel like this. Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel when I'm with you. Brand new. Brand new.
say thank you guys so much for letting us have this venue. This is beautiful, and all you guys' hard work. You guys did amazing. Thank you, Al. You guys did amazing, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys. From Ashley and I, a toast to you guys. You guys killed it. Thank you. So we got a speech from, who's going first? From Taylor first.
I first just wanted to thank both families for all the hard work you guys put into this, as well as the Borromeos for the beautiful venue, and everyone else that helped contribute to this wonderful day. I've known Ashley and Jourdan for years. In fact, we all went to school together at Country Christian. But we didn't actually become friends until middle school. Luke and my younger brother, Ashley and my younger brother Luke were really good friends, and then her and I just became really close because she didn't have any siblings, and I didn't have any sisters, so we just created that sisterly bond. So I found this quote, and it just said, "Can you imagine an ocean without a sandy beach, a blue sky without clouds, living in Moala without attending the annual rodeo? That's how I feel about the bride and groom. They just belong together." You two belong together, not just because they're alike, but because of how they both complement each other. The saltiness of a pretzel with the sweetness of chocolate, the fruitiness of wine, and the savory flavor of cheese. This couple will enjoy a long marriage because they too bring out the best in each other. You both are fully original and complete, but somehow made even better by your spouse. As husband and wife, I wish you both success in discovering more ways to improve yourselves and each other. All of you who gathered today already think you guys are both pretty great, but I personally cannot wait to see what God will bless you and has in store for you. May your blessings be a blessing that is never forsaken. May yours be a home that is full of gladness, that you are able to weather any sorrow or sadness. May your faith be strong in God and each other. May you be blessed in the Father. May you be blessed as a father and mother. May your hopes all be realized as two become one. May you be cherished by each other. So let's all raise a glass and celebrate and bear witness to the true love and devotion. For the happy couple. Here's Dakota.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dakota. I'm my best friend and sidekick. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of the beautiful bridesmaids and not so beautiful groomsmen. Thank you all for coming, and it's absolutely amazing to see how far people will come from Quick. So, yeah. Anyways, for those, like I said, I'm Dakota. I've known Jourdan for about 2 years. And over that time, we've had a lot of adventures and good times together. During that time, I got to know him pretty well. And can honestly say I don't know how Ashley can handle him. But he's also one of the most selfless and stand-up guys that I've ever met in my life. And I'm super grateful to call him my best friend. And I'm thrilled to be standing up here celebrating with him and his beautiful wife. I just want to say to you guys, Jourdan and Ashley, may you guys have the life you always dreamed of and cherish making beautiful memories together by enjoying the small things and let sparks continue to fly forever. Thank you guys for allowing me to be part of this special day and trusting me not to ruin this beautiful moment, even though me and Jourdan both know it's 50-50. Okay. I'm sure that this union between two honest and caring people makes you all smile. So let's raise a glass to everlasting love, and thank you for making us all part of this beautiful day.
Okay, so first I just wanted to say thanks for everyone who made this day possible. Everyone did an amazing job, and we appreciate everything. And so most of you guys know I'm Abby. I'm one of the bridesmaids. Ashley and I met like way back in kindergarten. We've just been best friends ever since. And we've been through a lot together, like a lot. I mean, we've been friends for what, like 18 years pretty much. We grew up like super close to each other, so we were always at each other's houses, playing Barbies, playing basketball, you know, what girls do. We worked at Pat Acres together for the past few years. We were on the same sports teams together. So yeah, we've been through a lot together, and sadly we didn't graduate together. And as you know, high school is like a weird kind of age for people. And not being in high school with her was definitely difficult, but I was just super thankful that we were able to like hold our friendship together and like nothing could separate us. Because not everyone can say that they've had a best friend that they've known all their life, but I am one of those who's very fortunate to be able to have that friendship. You've just grown into such a mature, beautiful, like kind-hearted young woman, always working hard at everything you do, which is obviously proves like how successful you are to this day. And I just can't wait to see where life takes you, and you're gonna do great things. And as for the groom, we've all known each other since, like, as you guys said at the ceremony, we've all gone to school together when we were young. And it's just kind of ironic because all of us little 7th graders had crushes on Jourdan back in the day. And it was funny because Ashley was like our like little middleman, like she was his best friend, as you guys heard. And it's just like crazy to see like where they now are today, like sharing a love that I hope to have someday. And the fact that they're still best friends. And I've just been fortunate enough to have been there with you guys from the beginning of your relationship. I've been able to see how much you guys have grown and changed together as a couple. And I'm just so happy for both of you. And thank you, Jourdan, for making Ashley one of the happiest girls ever. And I wish you guys nothing but blessings and success as you both open this new chapter in life. So here's to new beginnings.
I would like to thank everyone for joining us in celebrating Jourdan and Ashley's special day. I would like to especially thank Al and his family, Cheryl, for opening up their home to us. As a lot of us know, being a parent is a big responsibility, but also a great reward. Tammy and I have been blessed to have a daughter like Ashley. We've watched her grow and progress over the years from daddy's little girl until into the young woman she is today. The reward for Tammy and I has been greater than expected. As our love continues to be never-ending and unconditional for Ashley, we now entrust Jourdan to continue to love and protect as we provide. I'm filled with pride and confidence Jourdan and Ashley are about to begin their journey filled with love and happiness that can only come from a man and a wife. Always treat each other with respect, love, compassion, and kindness. Congratulations.
I wrote down a few things last night, but every time I did, I just broke down and cried, so I'm just gonna wing this. First off, thank you to Al and his family for opening this up. This is a great venue. Congratulations, you two. What a beautiful ceremony. I think you all can agree with me. It was a very beautiful ceremony. Thank you for all the hard work, for everyone that made this all possible. So, Ashley, I remember the first day I met you, Jourdan brought you to my work, and we went and made that tutorial. We sat down and I told Jourdan aside, I said, Jourdan, she's cute, man, you should ask her out. Jourdan said, thanks, Dad, I think I know. Just saying, maybe you should. Ashley, I knew I liked you from the minute I met you. I knew you were perfect for my son. Jourdan, I think you know how proud of you I am. I'm so in love with you, and I've got a new daughter to be just as much in love with and very proud of. So, congratulations, you two. I love you very much.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, we're listening to our favorite song. You said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath. My little girl is about to walk into the sunset. I'll say goodbye and watch her walk into his arms. I knew the day would come, but I can't believe it's really time for me to let go. But I can hold my head up high, 'cause I can see the love in his eyes. My wish came true, and I hope that you find a love so true it would carry you for a lifetime. And I can see it in my time.
I hope the days come easy and the moments pass slow, and each road leads you where you wanna go. And if you're faced with a choice and you have to choose, I hope you choose the one that means the most to you. And if one door opens to another door closed, I hope you keep on walking till you find the window. If it's cold outside, show the world the warmth of your smile. But more